Today we're taking a look at Missouri versus Oklahoma match, which is happening on Saturday, March 20th, 2021 at 7:25 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. The NCAA tournament is back after last year's was canceled. This year has a different feel with lower crowds and all games being played in Indiana, but at least we get the greatest basketball tournament in the world. This evening, round of 64 action continues as we edge closer to the round of 32. This 8-9 matchup pits the 9th-seeded Missouri Tigers against the 8th-seeded Oklahoma Sooners, 15-10. The Tigers finished 7th in the SEC and lost to Arkansas 70-64 in the quarterfinals. Oklahoma enters the tournament having lost 5 of their last 6 games, including a 69-62 loss to Kansas in the Big 12 quarterfinals. Missouri was competitive against Arkansas, who ended up as a 3 seed in the NCAA tourney. The Tigers trailed the Razorbacks by 2 points at the 8:01 mark, but an 8-0 run by Arkansas extended their lead to 10 points. Missouri would get as close as 3 points late, but could get no closer. Xavier Pinson led the Tigers with 14 points, while Drew Smith added 11 points and 5 assists. Kobe Brown grabbed 11 rebounds to go along with his 6 points, while Jeremiah Tillman was held without a rebound in the game. Oklahoma struggled down the stretch in Big 12 play, with their lone win coming in the first round of the Big 12 tournament against Iowa State. The Sooners followed that win up with a 15-point effort in the first half as they fell behind by 20 points to the Jayhawks. It took Oklahoma just 10 minutes to make up the deficit in the second half and closed within 3 with 3:30 left in the game. Kansas outplayed the Sooners down the stretch to advance in the tournament. Austin Reeves and Brady Monick each scored 19 points in the loss, while Elijah Harkless added 14 points and 7 rebounds. The Sooners opened as a very slight favorite against their former conference opponent, based on the strength of the Big 12 this season. Other Big 12 teams in the tournament include top seed Baylor, 3 seeds Texas, West Virginia and Kansas, 4 seed Oklahoma State, and 6 seed Texas Tech. Missouri is one of 6 SEC schools in the tournament. Missouri started the year strong but ended the year with 6 losses in their final 9 games after falling to Arkansas. The Tigers come into this game 16-9 overall, and they finished the year 8-8 in SEC action. Against Arkansas, Missouri led by 10 midway through the first half, only to see their advantage trimmed to 1 at intermission. The Tigers led 49-47 with 9:33 to play before giving up a 13-1 run over the next 4.5 minutes to trail 60-50. Missouri battled but couldn't get closer than 3 the rest of the way. The Tigers shot 42.3% from the field, including 6 of 18 from 3-point range, and turned the ball over 21 times in the contest. Xavier Pinson led Missouri with 14 points in the loss. The Tigers are 113th in the nation in scoring offense with 73.6 points per game on the year. Missouri is 152nd in rebounding by collecting 35.7 boards a night, while the team dishes out 13.2 assists per contest. The Tigers are 221st in the nation in scoring defense by allowing 71.9 points per game. Xavier Pinson leads the Tigers with 14.1 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 3.9 assists a night. Drew Smith, Jeremiah Tillman, and Mark Smith 9.6 points each are reliable scoring options this season. Javon Pickett, Kobe Brown, Mitchell Smith, Parker Braun, Torrance Watson, and Drew Buggs are all important pieces for Missouri. The Tigers are shooting 44.9% from the field as a team this season. Missouri knocks down an average of 6.9 triples a night while shooting 32% from beyond the arc. The Tigers are mediocre at the charity stripe, cashing in 69.8% of their attempts this season. And while the Sooners were able to erect themselves in the second half versus the Jayhawks after a 15-point output in the opening 20 minutes, they were unable to get the win as they fell for the 5th time in 6 games. The team ended the contest shooting 48% in the contest. However, This only resulted in 62 points as they have failed to post more than 65 points in 2 of their last 3 games. Leading scorer Austin Reeves continues to put up huge numbers versus the opposition, however, while leading the team with 19 points versus Kansas. For the year, he is sinking 43% of his shots while posting a double-double in the team's last matchup versus the Tigers in 2019, albeit on 5-12 shooting. Brady Manek, who also scoring 19 versus the Jayhawks, finished with 17 points on a rough shooting night while accounting for half of the team's 8 trays. Important to note that guard Umoja Wilson, despite connecting on 43% of his shots from long range this year, has struggled mightily entering this contest, posting just 6 points in his last 3 games. De'Vion Harmon is averaging 13 per game for the Sooners while making 47% FG. However, the guard is coming off a 6-point performance versus Kansas on 2-6 shooting while committing 4 turnovers, his 7th in 2 conference tournament games. Furthermore, Harmon has been ruled out for the tournament. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. Both teams were cold down the stretch and are going to have to reverse their struggles if they hope to live to see another day here. Missouri's issues this season are similar to last season. They don't shoot the ball all that well, especially when it comes from the perimeter. The Tigers also sputter at the charity stripe, which can be critical in tournament games, just ask Ohio State. Oklahoma has some good depth to work with and they have some dangerous scoring options led by Reeves and Manek. The Sooners are better on both ends of the floor and that should be enough to get them past the Tigers as they pass the velvet rope to the second round. My first betting advice for you is to pick Oklahoma Sooners -1. Tillman is bigger and stronger than Manek, who will likely guard Tillman for the majority of this game. Tillman will look to bully Manek on the block and find his way to the free throw line, where he's registered the 7th highest rate in college basketball so far this season. If Manek can't handle his size and strength, Tillman will feast on foul shots and easy buckets. On the other end, if Manek avoids foul trouble, he'll be able to draw Tillman away from the basket in pick and roll action. Missouri struggled to defend ball screens all year long, a scary trait for a team about to attempt to slow down the Sooners. Lon Kruger loves to isolate a mismatch and allow Austin Reeves to be the decision maker against an advantage. Oklahoma will miss Harmon as a scorer and as a defender. His absence as a secondary creator in the Sooners' offense will hurt. They should, however, be able to use Reeves and Umoja Gibson to attack a susceptible Tigers defense, no matter the pace. Even after their recent downturn, the Sooners are the better team and should win this one. My second betting advice for you is to pick Oklahoma on the money line. Despite Harmon not being able to suit up for this opening round contest, I will give an edge to the Sooners as they have covered in 3 straight versus Missouri. Besides, the defense for Oklahoma, which has failed to give up 70 points in 4 of their last 7 outings, should be a bit much for an offense for the Tigers that have really struggled down the stretch as well as in their 2 conference tournament games. The Sooners blitzed the Tigers early in their last matchup, posting 41 points in the opening half, and I see them asserting themselves on both ends early as they cover in the end. My third betting advice for you is to pick under 139.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.